3 seconds. Hello everyone and welcome to our special Call-Waiting podcast presented by Turkish Research Mongolia and the American Council for International Education. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Anna Zhang. I'm a Turkish Research Mongolia advisor here in Ulaanbaatar city. So today I'm thrilled to welcome Kathleen Guy, who is Associate Director of Admissions for International Recruitment at Gettysburg College, and Grace Robertson, who is Associate Director of Admission Coordinator for of Virtual Recruitment at Grinnell College, and they're here to share what makes Gettysburg College and Grinnell College a great choice for international students, especially for Mongolian students, including its academic strengths, career opportunities, and student support services. And so thank you so much for joining our special podcast, and welcome to Mongolia, and thank you for coming. Thank you for choosing Mongolia.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you. And could you please briefly introduce Gettysburg College and Grinnell College to our students in Mongolia?
Absolutely. So Gettysburg College is a liberal arts and science college, and we are located in the state of Pennsylvania in the historic town of Gettysburg, which is about an hour and a half north of Washington, D.C. and 60 minutes north of Baltimore, Maryland. The town of Gettysburg is about 10,000 people, and then as a small liberal arts and science college, we have 2,300 undergraduate students on our campus and no grad students at all. 20% of our students are international students coming from 55 different countries and over 40 different United States on our campus. So very diverse, lots of lived experiences in our classroom. Average class size is 18 and a 10-to-1 student-faculty ratio, guaranteed career-ready experiences, nationally ranked study abroad programs, as well as phenomenal opportunities to engage with community through community service. About 88% of students participate in community service on campus, which is a very uniquely Gettysburg thing. Yes. But yeah, that's my quick spiel.
Could you please move a little bit closer? I want to include.
Yes.
I feel very included. I'm good. Okay, great. So, what makes Grinnell College stand out among U.S. universities?
Yeah, thank you. So we are very similar, especially in some of those data and statistical points. But Grinnell College is also a small private liberal arts and sciences college with 1,800 students on campus. Also, all undergraduate students, so bachelor's degree seeking students, no master's or PhD students are on our campus. We are 20% non-US passport holders, so pure international students in the sense, and then we have an additional 6 or 7% of our students who are US dual citizens, so US citizens along with another citizenship or potentially a triple citizenship. And our students are coming from about 70 different countries. They're, again, very similar statistics in the diversity of the campus, and especially that international diversity that you feel. We're known for having an open curriculum, which means that there's only one required class outside of the requirements of a student's major in order to graduate from Grinnell College. And that's very different from many schools that'll have a long list of classes you need to take outside of your major. So if a student wants to be a computer science and music double major, that's the 4th most popular major at Grinnell. They can do that. We're also known for having a wide variety of students majoring across disciplines just like that, and then going into all different career fields. 96% of students are either employed pursuing further education or in some sort of Peace Corps or service organization after graduation. So very successful outcomes for students. And then yeah, I mean, I could go on and on, but in the interest of time, I'll stop there. So
nice statistics. So 20% is a lot. So do you know how many Mongolian students currently studying at both of your universities?
Yeah, we have about 6 or 7 Mongolian students on campus already. doing internships already because we have a senior right now who is interning actually at Google this summer.
Oh,
we found out.
nice.
So very excited about that.
Yeah, Google is a big tech company, right?
Very big, yes.
So I hope that after our podcast, after your school visits, Mongolian students will apply to both of your institutions.
Yes.
And I hope that it will increase. Okay. I believe that they can be excellent, hardworking alumni for both of your institutions. So what are some of the most popular or distinctive academic programs at Gettysburg College and Grinnell College?
Yeah, so we're most known for public policy. We're very close to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. We're also very close to the state capital of Pennsylvania, which is Harrisburg, which provides a lot of space for students to go into these government areas and get hands-on experience. We have a co-curricular program called our Eisenhower Institute that's named after President Eisenhower. He has a strong connection to Gettysburg College, and it functions as a think tank for students. So it doesn't conflict with the 4 courses that students take per semester. They dive into an area of public policy or foreign and international relations policy for either a semester or a whole year. There's excursions to DC, excursions to other areas of the country or even abroad, and those are completely covered by the college. So I'd say that's something that really draws students to Gettysburg specifically. We're also very well known for our finance major, both as a Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts, business, mathematical economics, health sciences, and history is very popular at Gettysburg College due to the historic nature of the town of Gettysburg and its significance there.
Wow, sounds amazing, because my major is international relations, so I really want to apply to your institutions.
If I could do it again,
It's
I would go to
definitely hard,
Gettysburg.
right? I really want to pursue my master's degree, but you said it undergraduate only,
Yes,
right?
we're undergraduate only.
Okay, maybe Mongolian students, they will apply.
Yes.
So, are there particular majors or fields where Grinnell College has strong national recognition or a unique approach?
Yeah, so our 5 most popular majors that we've become known for are first computer science. That is every single year the most popular major at Grinnell College. The co-founder of the company Intel went to Grinnell. The co-inventor of the microchip went to Grinnell. Same guy. He's pretty successful. The inventor of the email attachment went to Grinnell. Inventor of Amazon shopping cart technology went to Grinnell. Inventor of Chipper Cash, if you've heard of that, it's sort of a fintech company that's very popular across the continent of Africa and was actually developed and created by 2 recent Grinnell alums, international students, in fact. Also Grinnell alums. So computer science every single year is the most popular major. Then it's economics, political science, biology, psychology, and we'll always see biochemistry, mathematics, and English kind of fighting in for that top 5 spot as well. I'm biased. I was an English and theater double major, and it was amazing. So I'm a super humanities person. But again, that's the benefit of these types of schools. You see a range from social science, fine arts, humanities, and the STEM subjects being studied at even in our top 5 most popular. So
Great.
yeah.
I'd like to mention that Mongolian students' most desired fields of studies are computer science and biochemistry, and also public relations, like international relations. So, great choice for Mongolian students, right? So, how does Gettysburg College and Grinnell College support international students academically and socially? Are there any services like academic advising and English language support or career coaching to help international students succeed?
Yes, so at Gettysburg College, through our Guided Pathways program, students have at minimum 4 advisors, and international students have 5 because the International Student Services Advisor is also assigned to the student. Academic advisors are assigned for students in every major that they declare, so even if they double major, they have 2 advisors. A career advisor assigned by last name that they work with through the entire 4 years, and it's a lifetime service at Gettysburg. So if 20 years from now you want help on your resume, you can call the Center for Career Engagement again and they'll help you. A alumni advisor is assigned at the end of the sophomore year, and then last but certainly not least is the co-curricular advisor, because we have over 140 plus clubs and organizations on campus, high impact programs, community service, all of that, and it's a lot of options. So we want to be able to personalize that for all of our students on campus, but I think our international students find that the most helpful because they might be coming from institutions where there's not a whole lot of clubs, and seeing over 140, it's a lot to pick from. So that's something that I think is really unique in the structure, and all of those advisors are in communication with each other, so that personalization is key, and that's something that all students have access to, but for international students specifically, the International Student Services Office is the hub for all things visa related, as well as community building. We have about 20% international students, so lots of fun events that are hosted through International Student Services on our campus for bonding.
Great. So, what kind of community or student organizations exist for international students to connect and feel like home?
Yeah, so the most popular organization at Grinnell College is actually the International Student Organization. Every single year it is the largest group on campus. It's a completely student-run organization, but works very much in tandem with the Office of International Student Affairs, which works to support students through everything, visas, etc. But we also understand that students, yeah, of course, you know, getting into the country, all the visa process, that's stressful, but you're also here to engage with each other, share your culture, community, and celebrate who you are and where you're coming from with all the other students on campus. So whether you're Mongolian or from another country, a dual citizen, a global nomad, there's all different, you know, makes of students. We want to make sure that students can celebrate themselves, and so there are multiple different identity and affinity groups for students to be able to join from like pretty much all parts of the world. Most students will form some sort of club. We also have events like the Food Bazaar, which is very popular, and while Mongolia, we also only have a few students on our campus from Mongolia. We would love to have more. One of the things that has been really fun is having a Food Bazaar where everybody can share food from their home countries and be able to taste and roam the world, so to speak, and sample bites from everywhere. And then we also have what we call the rare countries. So for students that are coming from countries where we only have less than 10 students or so, they can share their food. So Mongolia is one of those countries that's represented. So it's really fun to, again, be able to find different ways and clubs and organizations that will celebrate who you are and share it with the wider community, both on campus and also the local community. We really try to engage with the local community because they want to learn about international students and parts of the world as well. So,
Great. So have you ever tried Mongolian traditional food? Maybe in the future.
The kur, the dumplings.
Yes.
Those so good.
Great. Maybe in here you can try it.
oh, that's the goal. Tonight is the goal.
So next question is about scholarships and financial aid, because a lot of students, they want full ride scholarships. They always ask about scholarships. So what types of scholarships or financial aid are available for international undergraduate students? And are students automatically considered for scholarships during admissions, or they need to submit a separate application?
So something that is important for everyone to know is both of our institutions meet 100% of calculated need of students. So while we may have large sticker prices, we have lots of availability to be able to help our students who are admitted. So with Gettysburg, we offer both merit-based scholarships, so that's based off of the academic record, and need-based scholarships as well. And the merit-based scholarships you're automatically considered for just with the submission of the Common App. Need-based aid for international students who are applying still have to fill out forms. They're institutional forms, so they don't have to pay a fee for the CSS profile for us. So it's the International Student Financial Statement and the International Student Financial Aid Application. Those are both required in order for a complete application to be read. But yeah, that's...
Yeah, additional question, do they have to fill out CSS profile or not?
Not for us, I
Okay.
can't remember.
Not for us either. So we offer the CSS profile or our free application, just like Gettysburg, as an option in case that CSS profile fee is not accessible. So our application, it's exactly the same. It's just not through this other organization or entity. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the total cost of, do you have application fee waiver, or students can apply free?
We're free to apply to
Okay,
always.
great.
So,
Same with us.
Yeah.
So what is, we are now let's talk about campus life and location. So what is student life like like at Gettysburg College and Grinnell College, what kind of activities or students, you have already talked about organizations and clubs, right? So could you please describe the campus and share what makes it unique and how do students take advantage of being relatively close to the cities, like big cities, and in terms of culture, networking, or professional experience?
Yeah, so we're both in smaller towns. We're not integrated into a large city. So it's a little bit quieter. Students are able to really focus on all of the things that are happening on campus. But our towns that our colleges are integrated to are also very vibrant. The town of Gettysburg is about 10,000 people. And since it is such a historic place, we get a lot of visitors to the area. It's a very busy city that's visited, or busy town rather. So there's plenty of small businesses, shops, lots of museums, festivals, farmers markets. Students are never bored on our campus or in our town. The area surrounding Gettysburg specifically, since it is surrounded by protected land in its historical nature, it looks a little different than a typical U.S. small town, because most of the buildings were built in the 1800s. They're still perfectly safe to walk into, but they have a different look to them. Same with our campus. Most of our buildings are historical in nature, and then juxtaposed to our new science center or our new gym that look very modern and cool. So very open, everything is very walkable. 1,000 events are held on our campus every year, so lots of things are happening. Even for students who come from the surrounding area of Gettysburg College, they are not commuting to our campus. We are a residential community, so students are staying involved on the weekends. It doesn't go quiet. They're hanging out with their friends, participating in clubs, supporting their friends on the performance stages, athletic events. So there's lots of time to network amongst each other. And then these club events and even alumni-hosted events are going to bring in people from all over. And our international big weekend festival, that actually attracts a lot of people from the surrounding area because it's so much fun, because of all the good food. So you get to network with people outside of the campus through that as well. So liberal arts and science colleges are just so good at connecting you with people, with opportunities, with experiences. So it happens on campus, but we also want to help launch you into those outside experiences. So clubs will go to DC. This is about an hour and a half drive. Students will also experience in clubs and in classes, maybe going to Baltimore, the Chesapeake Bay, which is a large wildlife area. So if you're taking a biology class and want to study some crabs, you can do that as a part of your class. You get to go do a day of that. So, and all of those excursions as a part of it are funded by the college as part of an event. So lots of stuff to do, and y'all have so much going on too.
Sounds wonderful, and students will be very hectic, lots of activities.
Lots of things to do. Thus, the co-curricular advisor is very helpful.
Yes. Great. So, could you please tell us about what's your favorite thing to do in your college?
Yeah, I mean, very similar. So, lack of repeating, similarly, most of the students, because it is in a smaller town, are really focused on the experience on campus. Over 500 events every school year, over 125 different clubs and organizations. So much is constantly happening. I was big into concerts when I was a student at Grinnell. We've had Lizzo, we've had Mitski, we've had Japanese breakfast, and one thing I always want to mention with Grinnell, because it is a little different than Gettysburg, is we are in a more rural environment, right? So the nearest city is an hour away, and it's a beautiful one. It's called Des Moines. Our town is a college town with a movie theater, a bowling alley, great restaurants. It's a wonderful place. But what's so nice is that the college invests so much in the entertainment and makes it free for every student. Any college event is completely free. So when I saw Lizzo, that was free. Anything that is happening, whether it's the food bazaar or a karaoke night or a boba tea or some cooking event, it is included. It is just part of the experience. And that makes everything more accessible and inclusive for everyone as well. And the great thing also is because we are in a smaller town, it's very safe. it's also very accessible in terms of walking. There's no traffic. We have experienced a lot of traffic here in our short time. We've been here one day. There's a lot of traffic. None of that in Grinnell. It's great. And so you don't need a car. You don't need to, hail a taxi. There's no Uber issues. No anything. You can walk 15 minutes across campus and you're at a concert or a dance or whatever it might be, or the sporting events. So the physical accessibility is something that I think a lot of students don't always consider when they're looking at schools, but it really does make a difference, because it does, again, just make it so that everybody shows up to these events. When it's easier to get to, you're more likely to go to it. And so people show up, and I think that intentionality and just the energy and effort that people put in because it's so accessible makes those events so well attended on our types of campuses. And then my shout out, because you said favorite thing, is stargazing. You can see the stars every single night in Grinnell. It is beautiful. You can see the Milky Way without having binoculars or anything. It's just gorgeous because there's no pollution. Because there's no big city, right, or anything like that. And so it's stunning if that's something, if you care about nature and that sort of peaceful environment, that's something that I really love about that experience. So.
Yeah, it's great to hear that it's a very walkable campus, right? So great. So now let's talk about the admissions advice. So what advice would you give to Mongolia students preparing to apply Gettysburg College and Grinnell College? What are some common mistakes students should avoid during the application process?
Yeah, I'd say the number one thing as colleges that really live and breathe the holistic review process is keep being your amazing self and be present with the things that you love about the school that you're going to now, things that maybe you're not the biggest fan of, maybe I want to move and try something a little bit different. Keep track of some of those things, and that'll help the college search process even more, and it will also help in what you're showing in your application. If you're curious about something and you dive a little deeper, chances are you're probably going to be really good at it if you put in effort to that. And since we do practice the holistic review, academics are just one part of it. We're trying to craft a community. So the extracurriculars, what you're putting your time into, we take so much care into that. And we were talking about this a little earlier today. We get between 8,000 and 10,000 applications per year for not too many beds, so we are highly selective, and we want to admit students that want to be on our campus and will bring something to the community that we haven't seen before. So being yourself is the best way to show that. So often I think we get applications where it feels like the student is trying to tell me what they think I want to hear, when I really just want to hear what your favorite book is. I want to hear about community service that you've done, your value structure within yourself. And that will help me so much in the reading process. It helps grades, it helps us all as we build that. So I'll say that from the more qualitative side.
And students, what's the deadline of their application forms?
Oh, yes, we have many. We have 4 different ones. So we have 2 rounds of early decision at Gettysburg College. Early decision 1 is due on November 15th, and early decision 2 is due on January 15th. Students generally find out within 3 to 4 weeks of the results. So it's your binding option. So you're signing that paper that says, Gettysburg or Grinnell is my number 1. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to withdraw applications from other institutions if I'm accepted. So those are earlier, and we prioritize you getting your acceptance. We also have early action that is non-binding, due December 1st. Students generally find out beginning of February. And then January 15th, we have regular decisions. You need more time to get everything together. Students find out about mid-March is when that goes out.
Mid-March, and rolling admissions?
We do not have rolling admissions.
So what's the deadline of your application? And also next question is, how can students make their applications, especially their personal statements, stand out to the admissions team?
Yeah, so our deadlines, we have 2 for early decisions. So those are November 15th and January 5th. And very similarly, you usually find out within a month of the deadline. Then regular decision is January 15th. We also do not do rolling admission. When it comes to how to stand out. It's so tough, right? But I think one of the biggest misconceptions and challenges with the personal statement in particular is it's called a personal statement. It's not called an essay. The Common App calls it a personal statement, and almost all of our applications, if we have a separate one, not through Common App, call it a personal statement. It's really important to think of it as a personal statement. It is not a funnel essay like you've been learning about in your classes. You don't need a thesis and topic sentences. The idea is to represent how you view the world, your value system, give a window into your life. If you want to highlight on a moment that's important to you, if you want to highlight on an element of your personality that you think you want to make sure we know, if there's a story you want to tell us, that's what that time is for. And it is my favorite part of the application, honestly. It's really fun to see how students approach that, and the challenges when students think of it as an essay, they come at it with a more formal and sometimes it can feel distant tone. Be personal. Write in your voice. Don't think that we want to see like large dictionary words. We want to see how you write and how you think and the words you use. So use your own voice, and don't think that your colloquialisms or your how you talk shouldn't be represented. That's often our favorite essays are the ones where we can tell that the student was being honest and having fun with it and not trying to make it formulaic again into that kind of funnel style essay. It's a personal statement, not an essay.
Great advice.
Yes.
So next question is, the Mongolian students, their second language is English, so what's the requirements of English proficiency? Duolingo accepted or not?
Yes.
IELTS or TOEFL requirements?
Yes, we accept Duolingo, TOEFL, and IELTS.
Same.
Yes. Yes. And if a student has been instructed 100% completely in English for 2 years in high school, by the time they graduate, we will waive it. So those are how we process that. For scores, Duolingo is a 120, IELTS is a 7, and TOEFL just changed their requirements or the ranking.
Yeah,
And I don't
it's
remember
fine.
the equivalence, but it was a 90.
It's okay, students can search it, right?
Yes, it's on the
If they
website.
really want to enroll Casper College, they have to search
Yes,
it.
they do.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's your
research is
homework.
key.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
do your homework. Yes, and what's the English proficiency?
Yeah, so we also, like I said, accept the same English proficiency tests. Then we don't have minimum scores. That's really important to know. We tend to see students with above 100 on TOEFL, but again, the concordance, that's going to be different. So keep an eye on our websites. Yeah, for sure. For IELTS, it's usually 7 or above. And then for Duolingo, it's 125 to 135 is our typical range, but those aren't like cutoffs. And then if a student has been instructed for 3 years in an English curriculum, a fully English curriculum, then we will waive that. And if you're ever curious about how to get that waiver, because it's not always automatic, we don't know every single high school perfectly, and so just contact us and let us know, or ask your counselor to contact on your behalf, and then we can waive that if it's not automatically waived for you.
Great. So SAT is required or not? SAT.
We're test optional.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's optional.
And as of right now, we are test optional.
Great. And let's talk about tuition fees. So what's the tuition fee per year and housing, living expenses?
Yes, so the sticker price, so the total cost of attendance for everything is about $94,000 a year USD, but we do meet 100% of the calculated need through need-based financial aid and merit-based scholarships with no loans. So all of the free types of money that you don't have to pay back.
Yeah, 19,000 per year.
94,000.
94,000.
Yes.
Yeah, and ours is very similar. That sticker price is scary, but think about it when you go to a shop and then you see the clearance discount because you're a member, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Look at that number. So yeah, it's about 92,000 right now for a year at Grinnell College, but we're very generous with this aid in the same way. We meet 100% of the demonstrative financial needs. So if a student's documents show that they can only afford to pay $10,000 per year, guess what? That's all they're paying. We're also a sorry if I hit the microphone, everyone. We're also a no loan institution, so we do not package loans when doling out those financial aid packages for students. And last year is because I think, especially for international students, I always like to highlight this because we are very generous with financial aid for international students. Last year we gave out over $13.5 million just to our international student population. And again, reminding you that we're 20% international with 1,800 total students on campus. So that's a lot of money going to a very small population of students per capita that's very generous. And we're proud to be institutions that can support international students financially to make that cost of admission affordable for them and their families.
Okay, thank you. And it's our last question. So, what makes Gettysburg and Grinnell College a welcoming environment for students, especially international students coming from around the world? Could you please briefly?
Yeah, I mean, so many things. Liberal arts and science campuses across the United States are just such welcoming communities overall, because we're trying to build holistic communities in our review process. So a student who's attracted to Gettysburg College, Grinnell College, is a student that wants to learn from so many perspectives, no matter where they're from. So very welcoming communities. Something with Gettysburg specifically, our International Student Services Office, I think, does an incredible job of programming that integrates all students on campus. Our Director of International Student Services, Brad Lancaster, is affectionately known as the Gettysburg Dad. He literally knows everybody's name and parents' names, and yeah, he is just an incredible person. And if that's who's spearheading your department, I think this speaks thousands and thousands of words.
Yes.
So there is an amazing welcoming community. He has ambassadors who help in our office, helping with students going through the application process. So you'll feel the love before you even get to campus with that type of support.
Great.
Yeah, we have a similar person. Ours is Karen Edwards. So shout out Karen, you're awesome. It's incredible the work that the Office of International Student Affairs does. The program that I'll highlight, just to say something different, is we have a host family program. It's called Friends of International Students, or FIS. And so any student that wants to have a host family, not that you live with them, but you hang out with them, and the idea is culture sharing. So you're with maybe a farmer,
Oh, wow.
maybe a professor, maybe a person who's working at the hospital in our town. The idea is you can be connected with and put in contact with and have dinners with and spend maybe your winter breaks with an assigned family that is chosen to be a part of the program. It's awesome. I myself had 2 students that were my host students, and it's just an amazing way for, again, you're sharing. It's fun to take, or as a host, to take your student to go shopping for winter clothes. You probably don't have to worry about that, but many of our students do. They've never had cold weather before. And so there are these cool experiences, and it's nice to have somebody who's not at all related to your academic experience. It's purely just someone related to the town of Grinnell that you're working with and having fun with, and maybe cooking with, or just, getting breakfast with, or whatever it might be. So that host family program is something really special.
Yeah, host family sounds very welcoming and nice opportunity. Students can experience, local people like Native Americans. It's so great. So here is the end of our podcast. So thank you so much, Kat and Grace Robertson, for sharing such valuable insights about Gettysburg College and Grinnell College and all the exciting opportunities it offers international students. And we hope this conversation podcast inspires more Mongolian students to explore Gettysburg and Grinnell College strong academic programs, support the community and primary location. And for students listening, if you are interested in studying in the United States, remember that Education USA is here to guide you every step of the way. Please follow our Education USA Mongolia social media pages for upcoming events. And please apply Gettysburg College and Grinnell College. And thank you so much for coming and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have to.